Hi, so today I thought I'd look at a whole bunch of compressors on a single source. So I'm going to be looking at compressors which are either optical or Varimu modeled compressors. These are all really good compressors, as I said, on different sources, and on this particular source I'm going to see which one I think works best. But of course the real point of this is so that you can hear what they all sound like and hear the different tonal qualities that each one has, and hopefully you'll find that helpful. Let's have a listen. So here we are with our compressors. Now I've chosen these compressors because I think they all sound really great with this style of vocals. We're going to be working today with a jazz vocal style, and so for that I'm looking to bring out the tone and timbre of the voice, certain characteristics of the voice I want to emphasize. And compression is used as much to emphasize certain elements of tone as it is to control the dynamics. And when you're working with emulated hardware or actual hardware, a lot of it is about the specific tonal characteristics of that piece of hardware and what it did and what it can do to an instrument, as much as it is about the control of the dynamics. Now all of these compressors are quite gentle in their approach. They're not a none of them are the type of compressor that clamps down hard on a vocal, because I'm really not looking for that. I'm looking for something that rides it in a gentle, fairly transparent way. Transparent in the sense that you don't hear the compression happening in a big way, but not necessarily transparent in its color. All of these compressors color the sound, and that's really what I'm looking for with this kind of compressor, and often what I'm looking for with a vocal, as I say, the color, meaning it brings out certain tones within the voice that get brought to the forefront. So that's what I'm listening out for with this kind of compressor. So starting at the top left, we've got the Plug-in Alliance Brainworks Opticom XLA3, which is a modeling of an optical compressor. Next, we're going to go clockwise to the right. We have the Summit Audio TLA-100A by Softube. And then below that, we have the T-Rex White 2A, which is a modeling of the LA2A, their model of that, and it's again an optical compressor. And then down below that, we have the Overloud Gem Comp 670, which is a modeling of a Fairchild, which is a Varimu style compressor, which is different from optical, but similarly has a kind of gentle approach where it rides the vocal of the instrument rather than kind of clamping on it. So next, to the left of that, we have the Scheps Omni Channel, and this has 4 different types of compressor in it. If you include the dynamic compressor that it has in it, 2 of those actually, but they're the same kind. And then it has 3 different types of compressor in its compression unit, and one of these is an optical compressor, and that's the one I'm going to be using here. And they all sound really great. And then finally, above that, we have the Softube Tube-tech CL1B. So we're going to go through each of these with the vocal. We'll start by listening to the vocal without anything so you can hear what that sounds like, and then I'm going to go through them one at a time. I've set these up so that they're compressing roughly the same amount. They all are so different from each other and sound so different and react so differently with the controls that there's no point at all in trying to set them up with similar settings, because it's impossible basically. So what I've done is I try to choose a setting for each of them which gives roughly a similar amount of compression, so that you can hear the kind of tonal characteristic that each of these has, and also the way it rides the dynamics of the vocal. Okay, so we'll have a listen to the vocal first without any compression on it.
Comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines.
Okay, so now I'm going to play through it again, and we're going to listen to each of the compressors. I'll start at the top with the Opticom and move around clockwise direction, playing twice through each one, and I'll switch through each of the compressors so you can compare how they sound in relation to each other.
Comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines.
So I'm just going to move up this Scheps Omni Channel just so you can see what setting I've got on this, because it's hidden. So I hope you found that useful. These, I thought, all sounded really great on this vocal. They're all great sounding compressors on vocals and lots of other things too. But I actually find it hard to choose which one I prefer. They all sounded good in different ways and all brought out slightly different tonal characteristics from the voice. I always find it interesting just how subtly different characteristics different good compressors can bring out. For this particular vocal, I really liked the Opticom actually, but I also really liked the Comp 670. But to be honest, I thought they all sounded really good. So anyway, I hope you found this useful, and if you did, do give the video a like and do subscribe, and hope to see you next time.